Insects and bugs tend to creep most people out, but there are others who are fascinated by them.
Absolutely enraptured by them. One woman has been so mesmerized by them that she started her own museum using insects she collected as a child. Today, that collection has grown into a showcase for hundreds of thousands of specimens, some dead, some alive, some big, some small, and everything in between. It's like no museum you've ever been to before. She calls it the Insect Asylum.
Hello, my name is Nina Salem, and I'm the founder of the Insect Asylum. The Insect Asylum is a nonprofit vintage taxidermy and insect museum. We are a self-funded museum that focuses on eco-sustainability, post-mortuary arts, education, community services, mutual aid, and environmental sciences.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. We also have an animal sanctuary program and a very, very well-developed arts program.
What is she?
She's an opossum. She's a Virginia opossum. She's one of the animals in our sanctuary program.
Yeah, but it's not all insects.
So we have a myriad of all different treasures to find. Some people describe us as a zoological exhibit. Some people call us just an earthly exhibit, but you'll find everything from cute antiques and relics and anything that I've collected over the past 33 years of my life that I found to be special.
You did this when you were 7 years old?
Yes.
Tell us how you got started with this.
The museum started in 2018 by accident, actually. I was over at the Peggy Noda Bar, and a friend and I were in the butterfly enclosure room helping to answer a question of a passerby. Somebody from the Noda Bar heard me answering the question, asked if I was an entomologist, and I said, no, I'm just autistic. And so we started talking about insects. I had mentioned that I had a very small collection of bugs at home. And my friend said, she is being modest, she has an entire museum. And so the woman was like, well, how many insects do you have? And I said, the last time I looked at my spreadsheets, it was somewhere around 24,000, which in turn is a larger collection than most people have in their apartments.
Because you were autistic. You wear that with such a badge of honor.
Yeah, I think it's really important for me to express my neurodivergency. It was something that I had to hide for most of my life. I am proud to be autistic because I think that it's my superpower and my ability to hyperfocus and my attention to detail. Marsupials tend to get carried around by their mothers throughout the course of their childhood. So by keeping her on me, it makes her feel safe and secure, and it also helps keep her body temperature up.
Did you go to school for all of this?
I did not. I went to school for molecular gastronomy. I was a fine dining pastry chef for years.
Oh my God. Where is all this knowledge coming from?
Self-taught. There are thousands of species within this building. What you see on our floor is not our entire collection. We have cases and bins and cabinets just full of insects ready to go.
So people can come here and not only learn about the insects, they can also buy them?
Yes, that's correct. So at the front of the museum, we do have about 100 different species of insects that you can walk in and you can purchase.
What do you hope people take away when they come here?
If people leave here with a different perspective, then I feel like I've done my job for the day. If we didn't have insects, we wouldn't have pollinators, we wouldn't have fruits, we wouldn't have vegetables. Insects have a lot of negative connotations in the media. If you don't understand something, it can be scary, it can be confusing, it can be gross, it could be indifferent. Anything that's alive lives on our second floor. And a lot of the people that come in here apprehensive end up making their way up those stairs. And most of the time, by the time they're done with their visit, after talking to some of our team members, I've seen people walking out of here holding cockroaches and shaking hands with tarantulas and everything of the sort.
Shaking hands with a tarantula.
Yeah, no, never gonna happen in my lifetime.
Well, the museum is in Avondale on Milwaukee Avenue. There is a fee to enter, but that's needed to keep the doors open and keep the programs running. The wonderful thing about the Insect Asylum is that you can touch anything you want. Nothing is off limits. You don't want to touch it, don't touch it, but if you do, you can.
Oof.
Check out the website, theinsectasylum.com, for more information.
Did I say she has classes too?
She does. I mean, there's so much that goes on in this museum. She teaches people, people come in. She even has sensory days where people that have sensory issues can come in and it's quiet, there's no music, there's nothing going on.
Wow.
Then there are days that she has artists in there and they're painting, or there's music, or there's always something different going on. It is a fascinating place.
Yeah,
Yes.
fascinating.
Got to check it
A little
out.
creepy, but I find it interesting.
Oh, there's such a huge subset of people that find this place amazing.
That's so cool. Yeah, love it.